The man known as Stuttering John has allegedly been arrested today. He's charged with 1 count of public emission of body odor, a first-degree stank, and 1 felony count of impersonating a comedian.
The traffic stop started like any other.
I got pulled over in April? For what?
But right away I noticed something wasn't right. I can smell you from here. When was the last time you took a shower?
I don't remember.
The suspect claimed to be a comedian.
Stuttering John now stands trial, accused of falsely claiming to be a comedian. A jury will now decide whether he ever was one.
It's unprecedented. No one's ever been tried for impersonating a comedian.
Tensions are high outside the courthouse tonight, where supporters of Stuttering John are protesting what they call government overreach, insisting Americans have the right to remain unfunny and unwashed.
We're out here because people keep telling us to clean up, and we just don't agree with that. It's a personal freedom thing.
Yeah, and also it's expensive. Soap's like $4 now.
The outcome of this case would set a landmark precedent for every unfunny man still claiming to be a comedian. I imagine Joe Rogan is watching this trial very closely.
It was supposed to be routine. Then I got out of the car and met the smell. That's when I knew something was terribly wrong. Good afternoon, sir. You know your tag expired 6 months ago.
Yeah, I gotta go to the DMV. I just got my Florida driver's license.
Okay. Do you realize how bad you smell right now? The odor was overwhelming. It wasn't just body odor. It had weight to it. It filled the air around the vehicle.
What? No, I'm just talking to my friend. He's a cop. You know him?
He took a phone call and asked if I knew the man he was talking to, which was odd. Then he mentioned he was a comedian. You're a comedian? I gotta tell you, I'm not laughing right now. Between the public display of body odor and the false claim of being a comedian, I had more than enough grounds for an arrest. Step out of the car, sir.
Do I think John's funny? No. Do I think he showers regularly? Also no. But that's not what this case is about. This is about freedom. The freedom to bomb on stage and the freedom to stink while doing it.
When someone claims to be a comedian, there's an implicit contract with the audience. You expect laughter. You expect some degree of entertainment. John broke that contract, and in Florida, that matters.
I'm going to tell you something about yourself. You are the least funny person I've ever met. You are not funny.
Okay.
You're obnoxious.
Okay.
You're not funny.
John got his start as an intern on the Howard Stern show. Then he somehow became the announcer of The Tonight Show. But throughout his entire career, there's no evidence of him making a single person laugh. I think the issue really is with the law itself.
The left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know? Like, you can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah. Legalize comedy.
The law that led to John's arrest was inspired by a movement made popular by Elon Musk. The Comedy Protection Act, signed by the governor, ultimately redefined comedy as a matter of state oversight. The other law, the Hygiene Decency Act, passed with overwhelming bipartisan support.
Listen, what matters is the intent of the law. The intent was to promote free speech. And the way this law is being weaponized against my client is a complete deodorization of justice. Every idiot should have the opportunity to drunkenly stumble on stage and shit out a bunch of half-baked jokes to a crowd of disinterested people without fear of prosecution.
You may not like the law, you may not even understand it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't apply. If we let people pretend to be comedians, then what's next? Pretending to be doctors? Pretending to be teachers? At some point, you have to draw the line between fantasy and fraud.
The trial of Stuttering John is now underway in Florida State Court, a case that is dividing the nation. Recent polling suggests a vast majority of Americans agree John is not funny, but only 44% believe he should go to jail for it.
Comedy's not a crime!
Protesters from both sides have gathered outside the courthouse. Supporters argued for free expression and the freedom to smell like dog shit. But the Dabbleverse, a group who have long been tracking John's downfall, saw this as a moment of reckoning. For them, this was about accountability and the stench of justice.
Courtroom chaos erupted today after the prosecution unveiled the shirt John was wearing during his arrest. Within seconds, several jurors appeared visibly ill, and 2 were reportedly taken to a nearby hospital for evaluation. The defense struck back, having John perform a live demonstration to prove he knows how to shower.
I'll concede, it's difficult to defend John's hygiene. Everyone in that courtroom can smell him, including me. And honestly, it's not easy sitting beside the man. But to call my client a fraud for calling himself a comedian, that's where the prosecution's argument falls apart.
In what the state calls a comprehensive analysis, prosecutors presented over 300 hours of John's media appearances, alleging that every single recording of John known to man contained not one instance of laughter.
After weeks of testimony and national controversy, the jury has finally reached a verdict in the People versus Stuttering John. A divided nation will watch as the question of humor and hygiene is finally put to rest.
The tension was palpable. Everyone in that courtroom knew this verdict would define more than just one man's fate. It was about what counted as comedy and what counted as a crime.
The verdict has been announced. In this groundbreaking and unprecedented trial, Stuttering John has been found guilty on both counts. John was immediately remanded into custody and ordered to undergo a full court-supervised shower.
This verdict reaffirms our commitment to protecting the integrity of comedy in this state. My office will continue taking decisive action against anyone I don't like, claiming to be a comedian.
So yeah, John lost the case, and reaction was mixed. He's currently awaiting sentencing, but it's not all bad. The judge said he would be allowed to continue his podcast from prison, and for him, I think that's a win.